Hello there. Welcome to Sling Paint Gaming, hosted by Recon Specialist TV. I am your host, Patrick.
And I'm Padre.
Today, and I do apologize, but we're finally getting into these articles, doing some vids for you. Sorry for the delay. COVID, kids, family, all that good jazz. But we're going to keep bringing you new articles for you. And I think we have a lot of time to do it now, don't we, Padre?
Yeah, we have so much time. It's not even funny.
Everyone's stuck at home now. All right, so we're gonna do the LAAT Gunship today. I'm very excited about this ship, and I'll tell you why. Because the Resistance, or not the Resistance, I apologize. The Galactic Republic actually gets another ship. It's medium based, which they have one, but it's something new. It's got a lot of different mechanics and triggers and craziness with it. And we get a lot of Jedi crew.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I mean, I'm
Something
very
right.
what what are you doing?
What?
Clearing your
Nothing.
oh, okay, good. All
Yep.
right, you stay over there. So I mean, Padre and I are 500 miles apart. So or no, 800 miles apart. But we're gonna
853 miles apart, Patrick.
but who's counting? Um,
Right.
so let's get into it. We're gonna go right through the pilots. The basic chassis, the ability that it comes with, and what you can do with these things, and yeah, there you go. So first, right out the gate, we got the 212th Battalion Pilot. These things have a nice little mobile arc of to attack, so nothing crazy, but don't worry, that can change. You've got one defensive die, 8 hull, 2 shields, and 2 charges per chassis. It's
Which we
interesting.
like charges.
Yeah, oh yeah, as a token company, we love charges.
Yeah.
We love to charge for your charges.
We charge for the charges.
Exactly. Oh, so this thing, I mean, look at how much action economy it has. I mean, economy in the sense that it has a lot of action ability. Focus,
Yes.
reinforce, lock, rotate, and reload.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing this thing is missing is a barrel roll or a boost. But again,
And
the,
and it's a big tanky gunship. It's not going to behave that way. It's right on the same size of a K-wing. It's just not going to behave that way.
no, well, it's going to behave like a K-wing, I'll tell you that. But don't worry,
Here,
we'll talk
let
about
me
this thing.
barrel roll my P-26. It
We'll
doesn't happen.
we'll talk about boosting and barrel rolling with this thing. But anyways, fire convergence. This is very interesting. While a friendly ship performs a non-arc attack, if the defender is in your mobile arc, you may spend 1 charge, just one. If you do, the attacker rerolls up to 2 dice.
Yes.
I mean, of course, people are going to want to swarm this thing like right out of the gate just because it's that cool looking of a ship. But I mean,
Right.
running this thing with Jedi or even your V-wing, that
Yeah.
makes it to where no, don't worry, you don't have to take a target lock with your Jedi anymore. You can conserve that. You can conserve that ability or another action if you want, and same thing with the V-wing. So you can take that barrel roll evade. You're fine. You can still reroll your 2 dice on attack.
Yeah, which is excellent. I mean, and
It's not excellent for me. I don't. I don't fly the Galactic Republic. Now I
well,
might
I
have to.
think it's I think it's a good thing that they have it on this. I mean, because at the time, because some people may actually watch this video in months to come,
True.
or 2 months or 6 months. Right now, the big hubbub is about the Nantek swarm.
Oh yes. Currently the Nantek Swarm. I
You
don't
know,
foresee the longevity of that, but I'm
you know,
I'm always wrong, and I like to be wrong a lot.
but here's something that's just a little bit different that people are not talking about in terms of defense of that this might be just crazy enough to do some weird stuff to the swarm.
Yeah. I even though this one is specifically is Initiative 2, there's nothing to say that when you finally do take your higher initiative ships that you're going to be able to punch through the Nantek Swarm a little bit harder and reserve yourself for maybe you want to spend the force to take an evade, even though it does cost you a force, but that's health that you're going to be able to keep. It's basically a free shield that just gets
Right.
absorbed, and you're going to regenerate it later. So, and not to mention, of course, this thing's going to come with crew slots, and you're going to put Jedi on it, which just makes it all the more ooey and gooey.
Disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get on to the next guy. We
Hawk.
Hawk, yeah, Initiative 4, Valkyrie 2929. I do like that name, Valkyrie. It's like that's a strong call sign. But
Yeah.
it's at the start of the end phase. Each friendly ship at range 0 to 1. That means even if you bump yourself, that has revealed a maneuver speed of 3 to 5 may gain a strain token to perform a barrel roll or boost action.
Yeah.
This card does scare me. I've stressed it with Rich Stable and also Joseph and Chuck. I don't like the fact that this thing can hand out boost and barrel rolls to things for what I
Yeah.
don't consider very harsh of a punishment. Especially, well, it is. This is the thing. It's during the end phase, so it's not during the movement. But there's no large base ships yet with the Galactic Republic.
Right. But with this thing here, so you're running 2 small base ships with a lower initiative than this guy. And they've created their maneuver. You have planted maneuvers, and then you take this guy and you give him a love tap right off the back end, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're boosting and barrel rolling and doing stuff, and the poor guy in front of him is going, huh?
Yeah. Well, this just is going to add so many more cheeky things down the line. And I am worried
Oh,
about the Galactic Republic as a faction as a whole, because this might be cause for concern with bombing to where, hey, could you boost a little bit further forward? That way, when you drop your mine or bomb next turn, it's going to be right where I need it to instead of a turn behind. Or if I do have a large base ship, I'm going to say, hey, I need you to get out of dodge this turn, and you can't do it with your normal dial. But if I boost you now, and then you do your next maneuver, which, I mean,
yeah.
there's things down the line that are probably going to be making other maneuvers blue for certain base ships with certain crew
So
types, spending
so
force.
you've just given a free maneuver action to another ship. So think of it this way, that ship, uh, did its maneuver, then it did for its action, it did uh, a boost, and you give it the love tap, and now it went from its boost to barrel roll,
Yep.
and you're just like, hi, I'm here. Can I shoot some dice at you?
All right. Now, there's only one trick that I want done, and I want it to be done right. I want someone to barrel roll Annie. And then at the start of the next turn, barrel roll him twice and make sure. I just want him barrel rolled across the board, and I just want to see it on stream. That's it.
Yeah.
That'd be so worth it just to watch him barrel roll 3 times even before he moves.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be
heck
so
yeah.
amazing.
That
Um,
would be fantastic.
so yeah, this card is cause for concern with future development as they go, because they're going to have to scale his ability. I know people are going to spam it, and people, they might say, well, you're going to boost and be further away from him, then you're going to have to execute another maneuver, and you're going to be further away from him. But I mean, with things of this nature, I mean, it's not to say that something can't barrel roll and then one hard next turn and block him and just create a nice little
Right.
grouping, and then because they're all in a swarm, you get to re-roll everything. So again, this is something that you're going to want to equip to your list, or at least make work as far as the
This
points.
is a ship you're going to have to practice with and come up with your strategies and your tactics.
Exactly.
This is not going to be oh, gee, I think I'm going to bring this up to the guys on Saturday and just throw that on the table and see what happens. No, you're going to
I'm,
want to play with this on your table and fly it a lot before you throw this on the table, because there's a lot of moving parts here.
oh yeah, people are going to damn well try, you know it. All right,
Oh, God.
next one, Hound. Oh
Hound.
yes, after a
Let
friendly
loose the hounds of
yeah,
war.
he is only initiative 2, but after a friendly ship in your mobile arc gains a deplete or strain token, if you have no tokens of that type, you may transfer that token to yourself. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely put Hound with our friend, Hawk, and
Yep.
give someone a strain, take that strain away. That way you don't have to do the blue maneuver, but the Hound is going to do a blue maneuver. So there you go. he clears it no problem.
Yep. So I mean, you're wanting to run this ship. This is truly a support ship.
Oh, 100%.
This is not a, hey, I'm going to go out and attack everything. Henceforth, the 2 attack die.
Yeah.
But
Oh yes. Oh, it's gonna
but
be
it
interesting.
kind of, I've considering it's got 2 turrets in the front and a ball turret in the back. 2 seems a little slight to me.
Well,
This should be
because in the movies it was, it had missiles or torpedoes, so I mean, you're definitely going to expect that. And with the reroll option, this thing doesn't. It says a non-arc attack, so it's going to be able to fire torps and missiles and help people reroll as well.
right,
So you're going to have that to look forward as well. It's going to be very
right.
interesting. All
You
right.
know.
Then we have Warthog, veteran of Kadavo. How can you read that? You can read that, right?
Okay. I could read that.
I want you to read this guy.
After you or a friendly non-limited ship at range 0 to 2 are destroyed during the engagement phase, this is the beauty. That ship is not, I'm going to repeat that. This ship is not removed until the end of that phase. So you want to go PS kill me? That's fine. I'm hanging around until it's my turn to shoot.
I mean, so this guy is a swarm. He's the queen bee or king bee,
Yep,
whatever, and
yep,
everything's just gonna glob onto him.
yep.
And
And I mean, he's right in the middle
yep,
of the initiative, but you throw on some, I don't know, guys that may have special abilities. I think they call them Jedi.
well, no, see, those are limited because all the Jedi except for the generic Jedi are limited. So if you're doing just a swarm of generic Jedi, which those are a thing, because they're taking, I forget what force power people are taking with them. But yeah, you could have a swarm of them and just have them go to town.
Yep. I don't think this is a swarm ship.
You don't think this is a swarm ship?
Nope.
So running this with
I
a bunch of V Torrents?
oh, I thought you meant of running these in a swarm. This is not a swarm ship.
Oh no,
I
no,
agree with
running a bunch of these in a swarm.
Yeah, you throw a
Um,
bunch of bees on top of that and let this be, shall we say, your squadron commander.
yeah, I now I see what you're
And
saying. You wouldn't run a bunch of these together.
no, nope, nope, not nope, but nope, nope.
I could definitely
But
see what you're
you
saying
could
though.
fly two,
Oh yeah,
two it, and then have a good squadron to back each one up, and you've turned that that squadron into one very big mean ship.
yeah, because I mean, people are always stuck in the middle. It's like
You
two
see what I'm
Jedi.
saying?
Oh yeah, two Jedi, two arcs. or I think it was 2 or 3 Jedi and 2 Torrents and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if people are going to be running 4 of these or 5 of these if they can fit them. It'd be something to
I
check
mean,
out.
would it look cool on the map?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it
no,
would.
that'd be looking amazing.
Okay. I mean, I flew 5 K-wings on the mat. It looks great up until they start exploding, and then they don't look so good. Then they look like 4 K-wings, and then they look like 3 K-wings, and then they
Yeah,
look like 2 K-wings.
you just see your numbers deplete. All
Right?
right, let's go
So
through these upgrades. This I don't know. You haven't really seen these. I'm very interested in to see how you react to all the wording that is with these cards. So,
you
uh,
mean paragraphs?
yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
I know.
start with our very favorite Captain Rex.
Captain Rex. Well, first we have Deadshot. This is small or medium
Oh
base
yeah,
ship.
yep,
Um,
yep, yep.
that's number
The
one.
Deadeye shot. Deadeye
Exactly.
shot.
So small or medium base. I mean, so it would be interesting if there was never a large base ship in this faction. I find it very hard to believe, but it'd be something to expect, given the things we just talked about. But
Yeah.
Deadshot, while you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your mobile arc, or not your mobile, sorry, your bullseye arc, you may spend 1 hit result or change 1 crit result to a hit result. If you do, the defender exposes one of its damage cards.
Well, you know what everybody's going to be doing. They're going to be taking the crits, turning them into hits to get the extra hit point in, and then you got to flip a card.
Yep. So basically, you spend basically both. I don't know why it says to change your crit result to a hit. I don't know why
Or
they just didn't say spend a hit or crit result, but I don't know. We're gonna have to really pay attention to that because there's probably a
maybe it
reason.
depends on how the dice come out. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it might be something to the effect of when dice modify and when you
See,
can
now
spend
I'm
it.
reading the card again.
Yeah. Well, leave
You
a comment below. Let us know. We
while
can't know everything.
perform a primary attack, comma, pause, if is always the big word, the defender is in your primary or
Bullseye.
your bullseye attack, comma, you may, I don't have to, but I may spend a hit result, or I can change one of my crit results to a hit result. Now, if I do that, then the defender has to expose one of its damage
I
cards.
see it now. Hold your comments. Delete your comments. So this is, yeah, to where when you have one hit, you have to spend that result. When you roll the crit and change it to a hit, the hit stays in the table. I got you, FFG. I'm paying attention. So,
Okay.
yeah, and if you
So
do, it
once again,
exposes one of its cards.
once you read your cards for the fifth or sixth time, they may make sense, depending if you've had something to drink or not,
Exactly.
or you're awake, if not awake or asleep.
Exactly.
Thank you,
So
FFG.
I'm very happy that it's a perform primary attack because then you could spam, munitions or something that changes hits to
Right.
crits and then back and forth because basically, I mean, you're spending a crit to get a crit. So I don't know if I would consider that unless you specifically know what that crit is,
Yeah,
which would be, I
but
mean,
but let's say
that's,
you know for a fact that that card that has been flipped over is a fuel leak.
yeah.
Okay, that card may have been active at one time, but then turned over.
Well, that's the tricky part with this is because when you expose one card, you don't choose the card. Your opponent shuffles the
Right.
pile and
The,
hands you, and you
well,
pick.
and actually, it doesn't say that. The defender exposes
Exposes.
one of its damage cards, so he's choosing
No, no, no.
which.
So it's even that way. He'll randomly choose it. The defender will. But even then, I see this is where the rules lawyers comes in because even though it says the defender, I believe somebody told me that it's still your opponent that chooses it. But we're not getting into rules debates today. But I mean,
No, because frankly, I'm in too good a mood.
I mean, yeah. Why ruin a good day on a rules debate? Oh
Right.
my goodness, that's
It's
a
a
good
wonderful
idea.
Saturday morning. Why should I care?
It's a beautiful
Right?
day outside. Birds are
The sun
chirping.
is
Why ruin
shining.
it? All right.
Yeah. Why?
So yeah, really good card for
Yes.
certain
Yes, it is.
things, especially if you want to push a crit through when you're rolling nothing but hits. So there you go, Deadshot. This would be great. Swarms, you guys can just push crits through all day.
Yep.
Um,
Happy day with that.
exactly. All right, Captain Rex. Now
Captain Rex.
you
I
can go
like
ahead
him.
and read Captain Rex. Clone Captain Rex, actually.
Clone Captain Rex.
Couldn't
It
just be
doesn't.
Captain.
It doesn't. You know what? No, I'm calling him Captain Rex. He's a badass.
Well, they had to remind him he's a clone.
Well, I think he looks around. He knows. Okay. While you perform an attack, you may spend one focus result. Now, if you do, each friendly ship that has the defender in its bullseye attack, okay, may gain one strain to perform a focus action.
Yeah.
Because he gives things away. He's a leader that way, you know. It's like getting a 3-day pass from your platoon sergeant. You know, I'm going to give you something today, boys. Of
Oh
course,
yeah.
it's a focus token, but hey,
Oh,
you
see,
know,
my
how
brain's
many times have a focus token saved your ass in this game?
well. This is the thing. Now, this ship is a 2 dice ship. You roll two
Yes,
dice. Let's say you get
right.
a hit and a focus. You equip the where is it? the Deadeye shot. You spend that one
Right.
to expose a damage card. You say, I'm not going to
Yep.
use this damn focus. I'm not going to spend the focus I have. And then you spend it. If you do, each friendly ship that has the defender, the bullseye, boop, 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 you give them all focuses. I don't know how many ships you're going to have do that, but still, it's.
What it says is that each
Yeah.
friendly ship that has it in their bullseye
Yes.
firing arm.
Yeah, can gain
So
the
if you've
strain
got
for focus.
3 ships that have that bullseye right there, that's 3.
And notice it doesn't say friendly ships at any range. So even if you have a Jedi that's way on the other side of the board and has a large
Yes.
base like a decimator in its bullseye, guess what? You can do it. So
Yeah.
this is a very cheeky card.
Yes, it is.
I would love it
It
if it
doesn't
was like
sound
one.
like it's that powerful, but when you dig into the minutia of it and
Yeah.
think about the ramifications, this is a pretty good card. Now, once again, we don't know the cost of the card.
I'm going to say 1 to 2 points. This is the only card I'm going to guess, but 1 to 2. But yeah, if that's a card where you have points to spend and you've got some shenanigans going on, especially 4 to 5 to 7 to 8 ships on the board. Oh yeah, definitely throw in Captain Rex.
A 1 to 2 point shenanigans card is not necessary. I mean, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah. All right, 5s. Hold on, let me get my gun.
5.
There you go, 5s. After you perform an attack, let me take a deep breath here. That missed. So,
Yeah, here we go.
Know. I haven't even read the rest of the card yet, and I'm already going to say.
Shall we get the rabbit hole going?
No, if you put 5s with Captain Rex with Deadeye shot, so you spend the hit and you spend the focus, your attack missed. Shoot. Okay, so now we know that your attack missed. If the defender's initiative is equal to or greater than your initiative, which, I mean, if you're putting it on one of the initiative 2s, there's a great chance of that happening. Place 1 evade or focus token on this card. And then it's before you engage, you may remove 1 token from this card to gain 1 matching token. I mean, that is, it's not Ray from first edition, but it's really good.
It's Ray Light.
Yeah, it's Ray Light, which for those of you who don't know, in first edition, Ray could just take focus tokens and put them on her card and then put them back whenever she wanted. She keep up to 2 on her card. Yeah. Place 1 evade or focus token on this card. So that's the other thing, rules lawyers, it doesn't have a limit.
Yeah.
It just says place 1. It doesn't say up to 1.
Right. And that's after you perform an attack that missed. So if you miss 3-4 times, what do you have?
You've got a lot of focus and evade tokens on your card.
Yep.
Especially
which makes you popular at the dance.
Yeah. Well, you can keep yourself alive a lot longer, and if you've got the Captain Rex Deadeye combo, you're just missing your attacks almost on purpose, exposing damage cards, especially if your whole squadron is initiative 2, so you shoot last, and you can expose one of those damage cards that got put on there. I mean, yeah, support ship 100%.
This is not a bad thing.
No, 100% no. All right, suppressive gunner.
Suppressive fire.
Well, it's suppressive gunner is what it's called. It would have been nice if they called it suppressive fire gunner. I mean, like clone. Anyway.
This is the clone suppressive gunner fire guy.
All right. While you perform an attack, you may spend 1 focus result. If you do, the defender gains 1 deplete token unless it chooses to suffer 1 damage. Wow.
So you can take the damage, or you can take a less shot. So now if you happen to be going against, let's say, some TIE fighters, some nice, happy little 2-shot TIE fighters.
Yep. Well, 3-shot TIE fighter. 3-shot.
Okay, pardon me. So what do? Do you lose your shot, or do you take the damage?
Well, yeah, you turn into a 1-dice ship, or do you take the damage? I mean, again, this is just more of that. I perform an attack. The chances of rolling 2 focus are nigh, but I mean, you could spend 1 hit and then do the 5s or a suppressive gunner, and then just make things take a damage. Use the Deadeye shot and just turn that hit into a crit. Like, man, they are definitely making this to where it is a pile-on of just.
So basically, what FFG is doing now with. This is just my opinion, with all upgrade cards are just each ship is getting a big Dagwood sandwich. It's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer
Yep.
of these cards, which require, some are handshake, some aren't handshake, but you're making a ship sandwich out of this stuff. And some of you guys might be stapling these cards together to put it onto a ship. Who knows? But that's what FFG is doing.
I would like to actually do that. Just actually staple all the cards together, not spread them out.
Yeah,
Just
just
staple them.
just just go to your tournament and just there's my
Yes.
cards.
All right.
Yep.
Ghost Company takes up a gunner and a crew slot. Republic, you need a rotation. It adds a rotate and linked action red focus.
Yes.
Wow. After you perform a primary attack, if you are focused, good chance of that happening, you may perform a arc attack against a ship you have not attacked this round as a bonus attack.
Right.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad this does take up both slots because then you can't spam the whole.
Right. It makes it worth it.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to play it that way, uh, I agree with the two crew slot.
Yep.
Okay, I totally agree with that. I'm glad that they did make it harder for you to do that by doing a red focus, as opposed to a white into a white.
Not yet, but soon.
You
They'll be
know
doing
it's
stuff
going to
like that.
happen,
Yeah.
and
This is.
and what's going to be the cost?
Yeah, I mean, because it is limited. You can only have one in there, and so I don't know how much this is going to be, but just for the rotate focused red linked action, because we haven't gone over the dial yet. We're going to wait on that
Right.
because then we can compare it to what we've just gone over. But as of right now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because again, with all the stuff beforehand, I don't know what it's going to be to where how much do you want to spend to make sure that this thing can clear its stress every turn. So we'll look into that. So next up, Wolfpack. Go ahead. You want to read Wolfpack?
No, it just cracks me up. I mean, it's like, yeah, there's no German connotations here with the Empire whatsoever.
Hey, we were the good guys. We weren't the baddies. Or were
Okay.
they? All right, go ahead.
After a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 defense. Now, I like that distance. If the attacker is in your firing arc, now we're increasing our chances again. The defender may gain 1 strain token to acquire a target lock on the attacker.
Yikes. I.
And this is a double slot card again.
And it's also limited.
hmm
I know there's shenanigans that you can do with this. I mean, this would be something if you had a Jedi on the table, I think.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to in order to get your action economy off of this one.
Well, it's
Because first off, let's look at the cost. 2 slots.
yeah.
2 slots right off the get-go. And then you're going to need to buff that even further. Right? So you're going to have a Jedi. And granted, they're not the your generic Jedi is not the most expensive thing in the world, but it's still another cost.
Yeah. Well,
So and what's the cost of the card?
I don't know, but I'm thinking more of like Obi-Wan or Mace, to where you now have the ability because of arc rerolls, with the gunship that it comes with. You don't need that target lock anymore, so you're already focused. Maybe you barrel rolled or you purple evaded, but then it's like, you know what? I really want to make sure that I get as many rerolls as possible, or if I'm some reason out of arc or range, that Jedi still has that target lock on him.
Right.
And yeah, there you go. Then it gains a strain while it's not getting any shots
Yeah.
or not getting shot at that turn.
But I think it can be a good card, but this is not going to go into a swarm list because of the costs that are going to be involved with flying this card. It's going to be a more robust, beefy 3 or 4 ship list
I
that
don't
this
know.
is going to be on. I don't think we'll see this with swarms.
If all of a sudden I had a swarm list of a bunch of torrents, I would probably take this card, because It's. I mean, now I want to look it up. What else has a gunner slot? I don't think the ARC 170 does. A gunner and a crew. Okay, so this bad boy could go on an ARC 170. You don't have to take sinker anymore.
right?
And I mean, you could take. Who else do you have now? Yeah.
But what's the
So.
cost of an ARC 170?
Oh, actually, ooh, this is weird. Jag already exists. After a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 in your side arc defends, you may acquire a lock on the attacker. Oh, so
Side up.
yeah. Hmm. Okay, that's knowledge that I just obtained. So I don't know why you'd take this guy, really, unless it's with something like a Jag. I wouldn't take him with a swarm because Jag already exists. I retract my previous statement, everyone. I would take
Okay.
this with Jedi only because it allows you to obtain a target lock at a greater range
Right.
instead of needing to be in the side arc. But you know,
Now,
teach their own.
now, right. Now we should. Do you want to discuss uh, the dial right now, or do you want to get into, let's just say, our Jedi
Yeah,
friends?
let's go through the Jedi because I'm very intrigued on FFG's.
Okay.
I mean, everyone knew that eventually they had to have some sort of crew Jedi because Jedi always traveled with their clones.
Yes.
Um, but I mean,
So,
ooh,
I
this
mean,
is a lot
let's
of
start off.
Jedi.
Yeah. Let's start off with
Kit,
a cool Jedi,
yes.
but not the coolest Jedi. But he's
No,
pretty cool.
Kit
Okay.
Fitzu. All right.
Kit Fitzu. I have fist two.
You read the card.
Two. At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one friendly ship at a range of 0 to 1 and spend a force token. If you do, it may perform a red evade action.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the range is definitely a good limit or a good leash to put on this. Because nobody wants Jedi evading with the Force. It makes him so hard to kill. But yeah, I mean, you could throw this on to another ship like an annoying V torrent that never dies. Here, have an evade focus so that you don't die, or that at least you're much more
Right.
annoying to kill.
Right.
And so on and
Let
so
me take
forth.
my support ship and give it even more support. Let me turn it into a Christmas sleigh, because I'm going to
Yep.
give something to you, and I'm going to give something to you, and I'm going to give something to you.
Yep.
It's going to be like the Oprah Winfrey ship.
Yeah. And then it's of course it's a force point, and then it also can take a purple evade action. So I mean, amazing
Yeah.
card. Amazing card. Plo
Now we
Koon.
get to an even cooler Jedi.
Ugh, you mean something to me. Anyways, I gotta have the mask on. You mean something to me.
Oh my God,
At this, you want me to do Bane? I can do Bane. No one knew who I was before. That's not the quote. We'll cut that. At the start,
okay.
at the start of the end phase. Hold on, let's start again. All right, Plo Koon. At the start of the end phase, if you are reinforced, you may choose one friendly ship at range 0. All right, in your side arcs at range 1. Okay, so you can either bump them or out the range 1 sides. That ship removes one deplete or strain token or repairs a face-up damage card.
Now that's a good card.
And you can purple reinforce.
Yep. I'm
Oh
going to
man.
kill you.
I mean,
Is that a fuel leak? Nah, no, it's not.
or damaged engine
Oh yeah.
that you can't normally repair, but Plo Koon can. Um,
Yep.
and again, I'm not a rules lawyer. I don't know the difference between a purple evade and a regular evade. A purple reinforce and regular reinforce. I'm going to assume they're the same, so you can't put it on a ship, reinforce, and then spend a force to do another reinforce. But if I'm wrong, please let everyone know in the chat below or in the comments below.
Yep. We don't pretend to be experts at X-Wing
God, no.
or anything else, but we like the game.
An
So
expert. It's a word I haven't heard in a very long time. All right. Very good card.
yep, I like it.
Now, help me with the name here. Aayla?
Aayla Secura.
Aayla. It is Aayla. Why is there two A's? Aayla?
Ayla.
So,
It's
Aaron.
it's yes. It's
Aaron.
Eric. It's Aaron Smith.
All right. Now this one is again. I said it before, where you said, "Oh, it's at least it's not a white into a white." Well, this is a white focus into a purple coordinate. The basic might as well just be white to white. That's I don't like that. I do, but I hate it. While an enemy ship in your bullseye performs an attack, if the defender is friendly, I don't know why it wouldn't be, and at range 0 to 2, the defender may change one blank result to an focus or to a focus result. I mean,
Which is not, once again, not bad.
it's this release seems very heavy on the bullseye. Very heavy on the bullseye.
I agree.
I
I agree.
and for me,
Because,
those are very hard to line up.
well, yeah. So is FFG trying to force us now into crazy, unbelievable pilot skills?
No, I that's the thing. Even with uh this, is it this that? Yeah, this one can take a purple evade, so you can throw it on a ship that can't take an evade and has a crew slot. You can take this now on a ship that doesn't have a reinforce. You can take focus coordinate every turn now. So I think it's very situational to where I've moved. I have a ship in my bullseye. I really need this ship to roll focus this turn defensively. I'll keep my force. But other than that, it's no, I'm going to focus coordinate every single turn, which is
Yep.
very dangerous, if I might add. So I think you're taking it more for the force ability or force point, and then this action economy that it's giving you.
Yep.
This card better be worth like 15 points. I'm just saying that.
Watch it be 3.
No, don't you dare. All right.
And now the card I have been waiting for.
You're going to read this one. Fiesta de Resistance.
I have been waiting for this card, this character, since I started playing this game.
Where do you have?
Yogurt! Huh, it's the Schwartz! So, after another friendly ship at range 0 to 2 fully executes a purple maneuver or performs a purple action, you may spend 1 force token. If you do, that ship recovers a force token.
Yep. Oh, man. Let me tell you. Again, purple coordinate, you get 2 force.
Right.
It regenerates 1 a turn, thank goodness. At least they had the hindsight there.
And there's Yoda going, recover your token.
Yeah. I mean, it's to the point to where you might have ships do, I mean, a purple maneuver. I know that's, I'm speaking very openly right now, and I don't know if this is correct, but again, you can yell at me down below. With the Jedi in their, Jedi starfighters, a lot of the people usually don't take them for their abilities that I've played against. They usually take them for the Force, which Mace has 3, Obi-Wan has 3, Anakin has 3. I mean, if all of a sudden I could start using their abilities and still get my Force back, you might start seeing that more often. But then again, I don't know. And I don't mean Force abilities. I'm sorry. They would spend it for like a purple. Yeah, they'd spend it for a purple evade, or they'd perform that purple maneuver, and they get the Force back, and then all of a sudden they're still at full, and it's like, okay, I have my let's look at, where is it, the Aether Sprite. Like with Obi-Wan's ability, after a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 spends a focus token, you may spend a force. If you do, that ship gains a focus token. Like, you may start seeing that more often. I've never really seen somebody do that to where they actually spend the force from Obi-Wan and give somebody a focus that was spent. This might encourage people to do it.
This might be the helping hand.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since you now have ships that are handing out target locks, coordinating. So it's like, cool, I'm going to do the purple evade now. So now I'm focused, evaded, target locked, and I still have my full force. Ain't it great?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's this in a nutshell.
So I would say good cards,
Yes.
for specific things to do.
Yep.
I you know, it's definitely going to be, oh, okay, this card goes here, this card goes here, this card goes here, this card goes there. There, it's a staple situation.
Yep. Very.
But I think it'll beef up these these ships, which, you know, let's face it. I mean, that's a 10 kill point.
Yeah.
That's equal 2 shields.
Oh, hold on. Let's bring it back up. Let's go here. There you go. Yeah. 10 plus the reinforce. So
Plus a reinforce.
if you throw Plo Koon on it, it doesn't have to be
Right.
red.
Right.
And then you have a ship that's super defending. You've got other triggers that are happening. It's going to be I'm going to have to read your cards. You should do that anyways when you play, but I'm really going to have to know what this list is set out to do. I don't know if this
Right.
thing's going to come dead at me, get a bunch of target locks, focus up, and try and melt me down, or if it's going to be getting close to me, boosting a ship, blocking me, then wiping me out, or
Right. And keep in mind, it's a medium base ship.
yeah.
So what it lacks in speed, it gains for in distance.
Well, I mean, let's go over this dial that we see over here.
Yeah, and I'm not hating the dial.
I mean,
I'm
it's
as a K-wing flyer,
yeah,
I'm actually pretty jealous about this ship's ability.
yeah, it's got a really good ability.
Let's start with the ever popular all stop.
Yeah, so it's got an all stop. I mean, this is again. I apologize. I forget what crews come with this, but I don't remember anything that says after you, or you could. It doesn't have a LAAT. That's basically my point. There's nothing here that's going to make that dial any better.
Right.
To my knowledge, I know that there's,
As of right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I hope this thing can't take an astromech. It didn't come with one. I don't foresee it. Trust, I'm just saying. We
Right.
don't know. But all of a sudden, if it can take an R4, then yeah, that dial's going to go through the roof, and I'll hate it.
Well, yeah, especially since there's only 2 blue maneuvers on the entire die.
A
On the
1
entire
and 2 4. It is basically a Y-wing, plus
Yeah.
the 0 stop. So with this thing having red actions, yeah, I think that's going to be very players
Now,
going to be very
granted,
cautious.
it only has 4 red actions, and one of is an all stop.
Yeah, well, yeah, those maneuvers are going to be hard. So
So in your ones, you're only going to do slight turns, which are white. Your
yep,
straight is a blue, so there's your recovery. Your twos, you've got one of each, so you got 2 white hard turns, you got 2 soft white turns, and you've got your recovery blue term,
yep,
your maneuver, and then you get over to the threes, and then of course your forward and slights and the threes are white, and then you start getting into pain, which is your 3 hards are going to hurt you. Your 4 straight, I better get out of dodge before somebody really hurts me.
yep.
That's going to cost you. That's a red maneuver. So, you know, is it heavy on the red maneuvers? I don't really think so for what the amount of maneuvers there that are there. You have a lot of white. You have a tremendous you have a preponderance of white next to your red, and your fewest are your blue.
Yep.
Is it a horrible dial? No, because you've got hard turns in the 2 and 3 ranges.
Yeah, a
And
hard turn
you
2
have
is solid.
and you do have a get out of dodge speed of 4, you know,
Yes,
which
it is
it's
red.
not 5, but it is 4, and that's better than 3 for, anything else. And that's, even as you travel 4 away, you're still gonna be able to shoot,
Yep. And
you know,
that's I
and
think the mobile arc definitely helps this dial out because you don't have
yep,
to be pointing at things, and it can move very slow. So it does have that
yep,
one bank, the one forward.
and let's face it, the all stop, when you least expect it, you got it in your pocket.
Yep. And again, you can do so many triggers with all the Jedi crew and all of everything else to where this thing can still 0 stop and get actions with,
Mhm.
you know, other
Yep.
things. But that's it in a nutshell. I'm very excited about this ship and what it's going to do for the Galactic Republic. Because
One thing we do need to talk about,
what?
the image itself. good paint job. It looks like they stayed pretty true to the sculpt from the movies.
Mm,
Uh, it's pretty cool looking. I
yep.
like it.
I'm glad they didn't keep the doors open because
Yes,
this thing does go into space.
yes,
The doors I think need to be closed.
yeah. Especially if you're in space.
Yep.
You know,
Oh,
it's like those guys that fly the atmospheric ships in
yes.
space all the time.
Yep.
I'm not naming names, but there are those that fly certain ships in space all the time for atmospheric play and that can go into space for limited amounts.
Yep.
I don't think for an entire battle, but
No,
that's just me.
it is.
But all in all, I think it'll be interesting to see how people are flying it and what they're doing with it and the combinations that they're going to come up with. Especially, yeah, I'm going to run a swarm, but I need a little bit of something, a little extra umph. So I'm going to put, a Jedi out there and see what we can do.
Yep. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. We'll get some more videos out there for you guys to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are on Twitch channel every second Saturday. We'll be live this Sunday with Flight Group Alpha. You can go to our Patreon channel and support us, where we give out amazing prizes and gifts for supporting us. You can go to our 2 Facebook channels, the Rec Spec X-Wing Miniatures and Recon Specials TV. You can go to our podcast, which is the RSTV podcast. I'm doing this all as fast as I can. And also, you can go, where else can they go, Padre, to get in contact with you?
They can go check out recontokens.com and get some really good deals on some high quality tokens for their games, not just X-Wing.
Yep.
And you know, hit the like, subscribe button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Please let us know. And if you're not liking what you're seeing, please let us know so we can do better.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Bye for now.
See ya.